Hello. Kind of nervous since I don't usually do videos where I talk. That's why I do the Infinity Castle and tournament videos since I don't really need to talk in those. But it's been a long time since I wanted to do a video like this, and I don't talk in my other videos since firstly my voice is ass, second my mic is ass, so it kind of doesn't add up. But anyways, today I'm going to be ranking, in my opinion, the best 10 units to have in grinding Infinity Castle to reach Masters. Of course, my list is a bit biased since everyone in the list I already have, and I'll be rating them on how much they cost, how efficient and effective they are, and I'm rating them without their traits and mainly focused on their DPS or unique abilities. For number 10, I put Amelia. She's one of the best support units in the game and arguably the best slow in the game. When you do get into the difficult rooms, the bosses become very problematic, and Amelia, partnering her up with some buying time units like Law and Homura to buy enough time to kill the boss is very effective, and I'd highly recommend. For number 9, I went with Griffin. The reason I put this unit solo is that he just got nerfed. I mean, it was a pretty good nerf, but still a viable unit to use in Infinity Castle, especially with a long map where you get to farm well in the early. It doesn't hurt getting a Griffin buff. And the DPS Griffin is also very good, it being hybrid, full AoE, and doing massive damage. Number 8 will be Tachi. Even after like 3 to 4 updates, Itachi is still one of the best magic burns in the game, especially partnered up in the Mangekyo Eye. The unit does about 40 to 50,000 DPS, especially if the room requires a fire unit and has a tanky boss. Itachi is the go-to. The reason for number 8 it isn't hybrid, which I know isn't that problematic, but I especially like it when the unit is a hybrid, and other than that, it's an overall very good unit to have. For number 7, it has to be Guts. Guts is one of the best AoE hybrid units there is. It's hybrid, it's fire, and it does bleed damage. The only reason for it not being high up in the list is the cost. Guts require a whopping 126,000 yen to max upgrade. For my number 6 is Mami. I wouldn't necessarily say that Mami is one of the best units in the game, it's just that it's a light and magic element which not a lot of units have. The range is pretty good, the damage, the SPA is a bit high, but has a good circle AoE. Getting a good trade on her and a curse that can lessen her SPA would be a great help. Especially in some of the rooms that require a light element, this is where Mami excels. And for a physical and light type element, Saber would be a good alternative. The cost is pretty high, but getting the second to the last upgrade is good enough and doesn't make a huge difference to it being max level. My number 5 would be Luffy. Luffy is arguably one of the best physical fire units there is. It's hybrid, pretty cost efficient, and has a maximum of 4 placements. The thing that got me to put Luffy high on the list is its multi-hit on its second upgrade. This is especially good in maps like Cape Canaveral, where the enemies spawn with lots of shield early in the game. Also partnered up with Lost Vein, resulting in triggering its passive in almost every hit. For my number 4 would be the buff units Wenda and Irwin. Since the buff update, Wenda and Irwin took the meta by storm, making it the best support units in the game. Doubling the damage output of the units with such a low cost is very effective and efficient. They are pretty much required for the road to masters, especially if you don't have a unique traded unit. For my number 3, it's gotta be Homura. A very good support unit, good range, decent SPA and damage, resulting in a pretty good DPS. It's overall a good unit. What makes it great is of course its time stop ability. Time stop is one of the most useful abilities in the game. Buying time for enemies for you to take them out, a good alternative would be Gojo. And I would recommend getting her a trait and curse that can increase her range, maximizing the efficiency of her time stop. For number 2, it's Law. As I have said, when you get to the difficult rooms, the bosses become very problematic. Law has good range, decent damage, and decent SPA. And of course, his ability. His ability makes him one of the best units to have in an Infinity Castle, teleporting the enemies back. Makes it very doable to defeat difficult bosses. I would recommend getting a curse that lowers his SPA for the ability cooldown and a trait that can increase his range to maximize his shambles ability. And for the last unit, my number 1 for Infinity Castle is Usop. With the bosses being the primary problem in these rooms, Usop is the best counter. The unit is essentially a boss killer, dealing massive damage and it being true damage, which goes through the enemy's physical and magical resistance. Its hybrid deals massive damage, pretty good cost for the damage it gives, and can be AoE. This unit is perfect for Infinity Castle. I'd recommend getting Unique or Reaper for this unit to maximize its efficiency even more. And that's it for my top 10 units. Hopefully this has helped you. Give me some feedback in the comment section whether I should get a new mic, a new voice, or anything, or should I continue with these voice videos or not. Anything would be a great help. And yeah, thanks and subscribe so I can get monetized and become rich. Thanks.